The Hauraki Big Show. Thanks to crave-worthy street food, freshly made with Reburger.
Welcome.
This is big.
To the Hauraki Big Show.
Really big.
With Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Monday afternoon, the 7th of April, 2025. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Crave-worthy street foods, freshly made with Reburger.
I like burgers.
Yeah, nice. Mogi, you stallion, how's life?
Going pretty grouse, you mad dog, you sick son of a bee. What a weekend.
Wow.
What a weekend.
Yeah.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Keyzie, you mad
Hey.
bastard.
G'day, fellas.
G'day, mate.
Yeah, things are good. I'm assuming you're asking how I'm doing, how the weekend was.
Sure, man, we might as well get over it.
Because, can I say, Keyzie, when I first came in today, we had a meeting before the show there. And
Is that the one you were late for?
I got the distinct impression you had the sort of Monday blues.
The reality of the situation was that I hadn't spoken to anyone all day until I came into the office today.
Right, okay.
Because I was just at home doing a lot of admin.
You know you can always call old Hoyte J and I'll have a bit of chitty chat with you, Keyzie.
Really?
Yeah, of course, man. That's what a friend would do.
I imagine you still have a landline.
I still have a landline, yeah, man.
With
I mean,
one of
but you can
those
call me on my mobile.
Do you have one of those rotating dial-y phones?
It's a rotating one, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll call you next time.
Yeah, cool, man.
How are you, Jase?
I'm good, thank you. Had a good weekend. Feeling good about Monday because I love doing the show.
Of course you do, man.
So I'm in.
You're nothing without it.
Well,
It defines you.
It does,
I
yeah.
am the show. You know what I mean? So yeah, totally. Hey, but listen,
What?
I've been a bit thrown lately because I don't know if you've noticed. There's been a bit of change in the weather pattern and light and
dark
darkness.
the other day.
It was really
in the
dark.
morning. Do you guys remember
daylight
that?
saving.
And
yeah.
it's just totally freaking me out. So we'll have a chitty chat about that. In the meantime, here's Aerosmith.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed, the Mutton Birds there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon. The time is 12 minutes past 4 o'clock. Fellas, daylight savings, of course, kicking in over the weekend.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. How do you find daylight savings, Keyzie?
I find it, well, I'm always depressed heading into winter. You know, it's about to get darker. I can't go for my after dinner walks anymore to aid with digestion.
You still can.
But to be honest, I said it to my wife. I was like, should we try doing a nighttime one tonight?
Yeah.
Put our jackets
Because
on.
I remember actually last winter or last daylight savings, when you stopped doing your walks, you had all sorts of tummy ailments.
Well, that's right, because I need it to aid with digestion, as you guys know.
Yeah, totes.
But to be honest, it was all good for me because the silver lining of it heading into winter is that you do get an extra hour's sleep that Saturday night. So I woke up at 7:30 Sunday morning, having gone to bed around midnight, fresh as a daisy. So I was stoked about it.
Yeah.
Why? What about you guys?
It buggers me up, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It throws me out a little bit. So I woke up early, and then so I woke up at my usual time, which is 6, but that's actually 5. So I woke up at 5. I was like, geez, I'm up early here. What's going on? Because, of course, the first thing you do with daylight savings is forget that it's daylight savings. It's like Fight Club.
Right, that doesn't make sense.
And then, so I got up anyway and I went about my day, and then I went to bed. I thought it was 9:30, but actually that was 10:30.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Daylight savings time.
Well, no, hang on. So because you've gotten up an hour early.
Yeah.
But you've
I go to bed at, on the clock it was saying it was 9:30.
Yeah.
But the day before that would have been 10:30. Now I should have gone to bed at 8:30.
Yes.
That's what's bugging me up, you see, because I've gotten up an hour early. I should have gone to bed at my normal time, which would be 9:30. So an hour early would be 8:30. So I buggered that up. So what's happened is I've actually had an extra longer day by 2 hours.
Yes.
I've completely cooked it.
Totally.
And then that has a knock-on effect.
I have a very similar thing to you, though, Mogi. Like, for example, today I woke up and I went, it's only 5 o'clock. And then I went, hang about.
Yep.
It's daylight savings. It's actually 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I might as well get up now. Since and like if it was yesterday,
Yes.
it would have been, the day before yesterday, it would have been 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
Saturday,
so I may as well get up.
That's right.
And what I find is I've got a very strict routine, and it really throws my routine out of whack.
Yeah.
Because, the day just takes so much longer to get through, you know what I mean?
It does. You're absolutely right. And I find it the same. But what I also find is it gets progressively worse as the weeks go by.
Absolutely.
So this morning I woke up at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Which is actually 5 o'clock. But on Saturday would have been 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? So I'm finding that as the days go on, I'm getting my biological clock It's just not lining up
It feels-
to the actual clocks.
Right.
The other issue that I have, of course, is that I wear a watch.
Yes.
So my phone, which changes automatically, has changed, but my watch doesn't know what's going on.
Well,
So my watch is confused.
Well, funny you should
and
say
that confuses me.
Yeah, because I went out last night and I came back, and what I didn't realise, of course, is that the clock on my car actually it's not like your phone where it automatically goes to daylight savings time. And so I stuffed up completely in terms of the time, thinking of what it was.
Right,
Well, I
how?
get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, Keyzie, and I
Right.
go out and I try and get the car and all that done because I know that that's going to confuse me over the course of the day. The problem, of course, is it's all in Japanese.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
I just can't read it or understand it.
Do they have daylight savings in Japan?
Well, they have cars in Japan.
No,
They've
I
sent
know.
this car over here and they've got clocks on
No,
them.
I
So
know
anyway,
that.
by the time I worked out how to do that, it was Wednesday next week.
Yeah.
What? How has daylight savings affected you, New Zealand? Let us know on 3483. You can win a Reburger voucher.
Here's Weezer.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Here they come. Try time.
Holy cow, the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Up the Warriors, baby. It's the Big Show in BRISSY for the NRL Magic Round. Is there anyone out there? Let's go to the phones.
That's right, 3 days, 16 NRL teams, 8 battles head-to-head at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, the home of rugby league, Caxton Street, my spiritual home, 100 metres away. Great pubs. Would you like to join it? Free flights, accommodation, thanks to boystrip.co.nz. These lucky people have managed to get through on 0800 Hauraki.
G'day, Richard, you mad bastard. How's life?
Sure, fellas, how are we doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Good weekend there, Richard?
Oh, she's a pearl, my friend.
Oh, good on you, mate.
Yeah,
Good on you.
man.
What do you do for a crust, mate?
I like to send electronic mails to people and pretend I found a treasure chest in the desert there.
Oh,
okay,
scamming.
scammer. Yeah, nice, man. I've heard that's pretty lucrative.
Boys, raking it in.
Oh, good
Yeah,
on you,
beautiful. And
man.
who would you take with you, Richard, should you be so lucky as to win?
My best friend James Gunnell down in Taupo there works for Make a Build. He's in Taupo at Make a Build.
Good
Those
on you,
guys are shockers, aren't they? I heard they're shocking bastards.
You don't want him on the job, I'll tell you that much.
Well, you stay on the line there, Richard, and our good mate Pug Sam will sort you out. G'day, Carla. How's life?
Good, thanks.
Excellent.
What's going on, Carla?
Not a lot, not a lot.
Mean.
I
What do
see
you do
you-
for a crust?
I do a few things. I'm a CEO to a husband and a couple of kids.
Oh, yeah.
Good on you, you
Yeah,
backbone.
massive
Yeah,
backbone.
good stuff.
How's Waiheke today?
Yeah, it's mean. It's been pretty good. There's some good food.
What part of Waiheke are you living on there, Carla?
Out past Onatangi.
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
used to live it on a Tangi there. I lived on the Strand there.
Oh, yep.
I remember you actually, Carla. I was always telling your bloody kids to get off the lawn.
That could be true.
Great stuff, Carla.
so
Well,
good, man.
You stay on the line as well, and Pug Sam will take care of you. And finally, Kendall, you mad bastard. How's life?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. Mate, how's Te Awa Mutu today?
Yeah, bit of rain, bit of sunshine, I don't know.
Oh, you know, all that sort of stuff, yeah. What do you do for a crust, Kendall?
I'm an electrical apprentice.
Oh,
backbone!
yeah.
Backbone, who would you take with you, Kendall, should you
Probably
win?
my partner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what's his name? Huh?
Her name is Bailey.
Oh, Bailey. Yeah,
Oh,
Bailey
yeah.
and Kendall. Yeah, good.
Bailey's
good.
a good bastard.
Good stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
she's a good bastard.
She
Do you like
is.
rugby league, Kendall?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Ah, yeah, cool. You don't
Oh,
mind it?
that's the spirit, man. Joe, I don't mind it. God, you're going to be fizzing if you win it, aren't you? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
no.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Good on you, Kendall. Stay on the line. Pugs will look after you, no worries. Geez, that's coming up real fast, by the way,
It's
fellas.
not far away, fellas.
Is it? When
It's
is
a
it?
month.
Good question.
Jace, when is it, man?
That is such a good question.
Well, you said it's coming up so quickly. I assumed you knew the date.
Well, I'd
of
have
it.
to look on my calendar there, on my phone.
And
there,
now it's been
Keyzie.
buggered up because of daylight savings.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
no, it hasn't. It hasn't. It's the 2nd to the 4th of May. So how would that have been affected
That's so soon.
How would that have been affected
Eh?
by daylight savings?
Oh,
the 2nd
jeez,
to the
man. You're
4th.
going to have to get your calculator out, man.
Really?
Yeah,
actually
and
quite
gotta get your
complicated.
calculator out and a protractor and a sex swing, and I'll show you.
The The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Live there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon. The time is 4:48. Let's talk TV. What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
Yeah. That's how you do it, fellas. Hey, fellas, tonight is the series finale of White Lotus.
Right.
So it's when it all comes to a crux ahead.
Fruition.
And I've watched all other 7 episodes available on Neon. It's gotten better and better as it's gone along, thankfully, but it did take about 5 or 6 to get near good.
Yes.
That's a lot considering it's just 8.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. The last couple have been pretty entertaining. And tonight it's going to be a 90-minute Mogie-a-thon. So looking forward to
A Mogie Fest.
Just remember daylight savings, though, and don't go too late.
Oh, yeah, it's half an hour. It's only half an hour long.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you're watching something that's an hour long, an hour and a half,
it's
shave an hour off
daylight
it.
savings.
But
Yeah.
daylight
Take-
savings was
go
Saturday.
back.
It's just for the first week or so, and then it drops back.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get it.
I watched a movie last
Well,
night.
hang on.
Oh.
Mogie's about to make an appearance on one of the biggest TV shows in the
right,
world.
yes.
Tonight on Neon, a Mogie Fest.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've spent the last 7 episodes stacking dominoes, getting them all ready, and are you just going to come in and knock them all over? How does it all work?
Well, obviously I can't say. I can't say
You don't want to blow the story here, Keyzie.
No, that's right. You don't want to do it. No. So all I'll say is just watch.
Okay.
Sure.
Have you guys watched the other 7 episodes knowing that I'm in the 8th episode?
I haven't watched any of it yet.
I'm
Because
not
I don't have
interested
Neon.
unless you're in it.
Yeah. Well, I'll maybe watch the final one.
Okay.
Because all the rest sound tedious. I watched a movie last night called The Desperate Hour with Naomi Watts, who's a very good actor in my opinion. And it's basically the story of a single mum. She's got a daughter. She's got a teenage son who's trouble.
Oh, God.
But anyway, she goes for a run into the deep bush. And then she gets a call, basically. This is just cutting it to its bare bones. She gets
This
a
is
call
just spoiler alert.
saying
right
that her
front.
son's school, where her son goes to school, there's a shooter. And she's like, oh, my God. And they do it very well because the majority of the film is 80% of her running.
Right.
And you go, God, that sounds tedious. But they keep the drama going very nicely. No one can come and get her, and she's quite a way out from the school because everything's cut off and all the cops are there and all that sort of stuff. And then she's hearing from people on the scene what's going on, and there's a suggestion that the shooter is actually her son.
Oh, God.
And so it's her going through all of that.
Is this a massive
and
spoiler?
It may or may not be her son.
We don't know.
But what they do very well is they keep the drama very nicely throughout the whole thing. I enjoyed it.
Was it her son?
I'm not going to tell you.
They would have kept the drama throughout it. However, anyone that watches it now pretty much knows the gist of what happens.
No, they don't actually, because there's a real twist in the tale.
Okay.
It was the mother.
It was her, though.
Could be.
I watched a documentary about the London Underground and when that was invented.
Well, that's good knowledge to have because,
Yes.
Jason, and you sigh there, Jason. I think that's, I don't think that's fair of you because imagine now, picture, if you will, Keyzie at a party talking to a whole bunch of people about the London Underground.
Totally, I
See?
can.
How good would that be?
Yeah.
Imagine being at that party.
When you go over to London, you can chat to people on the London Underground about the Underground.
Well, I will do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
we'll
you'll know
do
the
it.
history of it.
I wouldn't have been able to back in the day because of all the steam and the smoke in the tunnels. And they had to build these special things that were like vents. And so there's like heaps
Keyzie, keep your powder dry, brother.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
party
True,
chat.
mate.
This
Yeah,
is
true.
party
Yeah,
chat.
true, yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Tell you what, I'm fizzed up for tonight's episode of White Lotus.
Oh, I've got to get to a party where Keyzie's going to be. God damn it.
In the meantime, here's the cult.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
The cult there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon. The time is 4:56. Plenty coming up after 5 o'clock. Great opportunity that I've got for Keyzie. Also, Lane versus the Coin, fellas. A bit of sporting action over the weekend. What else have we got there?
I just want to let you know what we haven't got. We haven't got any Warriors chat just because they didn't play over the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay? You
I'm
can't expect
so
any of
bummed
that.
about that.
Now, on the bright side, they will be playing the Melbourne Storm in Melbourne this coming weekend, and they put on 48 points over the weekend just
man.
be.
Yeah.
So that's That's good. That's looking good for us.
Yeah, who were they playing? I watched a bit of that. I can't
Manly.
remember.
Manly.
Oh, Manly. Yeah, they pumped them.
Yeah, pumped Manly.
Yeah. They pumped Manly.
Have you ever pumped Manly?
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope you're surviving your Monday afternoon. All right, the time is 5:04. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Handcrafted burgers, loaded fries and gourmet eats that'll change the game.
Can I have
tights.
some chips, Dad?
Sure you can, son.
Wait, is this improv?
Yeah, well, it was a little bit of improv.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, just some exciting news around Reburger.
Oh, go on. Hurry up.
They're looking at creating a backbone burger.
No, they can't do that. That's ours.
Well, no, but we'd be doing it in collaboration with them. Yeah, so we'd like
I'd love to.
So like every burger sold, let's say the burger was $15, we'd get $7.50.
Oh, man.
They'd get $7.50.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, or
Sounds
actually,
good.
there's three of us and one of them, so we'd probably get 75% of it, they get 25%
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because they certainly sell well.
Yeah, they certainly would. So,
What are you going to put in it, Keyzie?
well, that's the thing. We need to get
Pickle.
we need to get the audience to help us. 3483. What do you want to see in the backbone burger? And you could win yourself a $50 Reburger voucher.
I've got a question, Keyzie. When they're texting in, would they say, these are all the things that this is what my backbone burger would be? Or are they
Backbone.
texting in lettuce or cheese or onion
The second
or
one.
tomato?
Yeah, I don't want them all in separate texts.
Oh, okay.
But for example, I mean, everyone's thinking about it. Got to have a couple of meat patties in there, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, quite possibly, yeah.
And I want them burnt.
Oh,
So
Burnt
when
meat
you
patties.
order the burger, you know it's going to be burnt. You know?
couple of burnt meat pats.
There is something great about burnt meat, though. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
when I've seen you with your burnt meat patties out, I've been tempted to have a bit of a lick.
To be honest, though, Jase, like burnt sausages. When you eat sausages, you want them burnt.
You want a bit of char on there, you know what I mean? So
Amo.
burnt meat patties.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. So
What kind of burger would
3483.
you have, Keyzie?
I personally like chicken burgers.
Oh,
So I'd have some chicken and it'd be spicy, maybe some bacon in there.
really?
But this is a backbone burger, not a Keyzie burger.
That's true.
So I think ideas on 3483, have them coming through. You can win yourself a voucher, which is bloody exciting.
How good, man. Here's Foo Fighters.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
The Cure there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon. The time 14 minutes past 5. And along with our good mates at Reburger, we want to come up with a backbone burger. And the text machine going off on 3483 with suggestions, fellas.
That's right. They've come on as a sponsor of the Big Show, Reburger. They make massive, delicious burgers and
They really do.
and fries with amazing chicken and sauce and all sorts of stuff on top of it. They want to make a backbone burger. They don't know what it is. They want us to figure out what it's going to look like, what's going to be inside it.
Lazy.
So, fellas, do we all agree that it starts with 2 meat patties? Do we agree on that?
No, we don't agree on anything.
Really?
We're floating all possibilities at the moment,
It's
I
a
think.
blank slate.
It is
at
a blank slate.
At this point,
Because
Keyzie.
how long are we doing this for? A year?
No, I think they want to get onto it pretty quick.
Oh, wow.
So I'd say whatever we lock in the next sort of 3 minutes, it'll be in
What?
stores by 6 p.m. tonight.
Oh,
Wow.
so 5 p.m. Geez, that's early.
Don't do the daylight saving. It's actually 5 p.m. thing because that's really confusing.
Actually, just on that front, if this was Saturday, it would be 6:15.
Should we go home?
Yeah, maybe.
The show finishes at 7. And it's a
Yeah.
Saturday, but we don't work Saturdays.
Sure.
Yes,
oh,
let's
yeah,
go
it's
home.
Saturday.
Lots of texts coming through on 3483. If we could just pick this topic and stick to it, fellas. Great suggestion here. Pork mince patty.
Yeah.
Pork mince patty.
It's a possibility.
Jace?
No.
Southern fried chicken.
Don't mind a bit of chook.
A beef patty as well.
A beef patty as well.
Yeah, and some bacon. So you got 3 different animals in there.
Pork mince?
Backbone. No, not pork mince. Well, the one before was pork mince.
Yeah, but I think if you had it in all of these, that'd be good.
You could do a pork mince, beef mince, and chook.
Mince.
Yeah.
and
A whole
bacon.
chicken.
Yeah,
You'd have a whole chicken.
A
Yeah.
roast chook.
I'd like
No,
a
not roast, alive.
a half chicken in there.
Sorry,
you know what I mean?
Mogi wants an entire alive chicken in a
Yeah.
burger.
Yeah. Well, with the burger, it would come with it.
Oh, so like it's
chips
balancing
or a
out.
drink.
So it's a side.
Yeah, it's on the side. It just sits with you in the Reburger restaurant.
I thought it was going to carry the burger out with a little tray on its back.
I don't think they'd be able to have a live chicken with every order.
No.
So maybe that chicken just lives at that shop from now on and comes and hangs out with you when you order it.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Mogi. That's a really good idea. 3483, keep the ideas coming. John,
Maybe it's wearing a necklace and it's got the pot of sauce hanging around its neck.
That could work.
That's such a good idea. I mean, I think they just want ingredients for the burger. Jono and Dunedin wants beetroot on it.
Beetroot. It's very Kiwi, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, double meat patties, double cheese, double bacon, double eggs.
Yeah, but it's kind of been
eggs.
It's been done.
The double cheese. Yeah, we can't do that.
Well, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, Jase, are we? We're just trying to make a delicious burger.
Why shouldn't we?
What do you mean, reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, we
totally.
should reinvent the wheel.
Absolutely.
Well,
I reckon thinner.
Because he's suggesting that a chicken comes out with a sauce necklace on. You know,
Now,
that
have
is.
you ever seen that?
That'd be great.
I've never seen that.
But is it feasible?
Totally
it's feasible. There's chickens to burn out there.
No, I know that there are chickens
If you
to
said
burn.
to a chicken, you can either be in the burger or you can hold the sauce, what are they going to say?
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't speak chicken.
Bagurk.
Tandoori prawns, charred bacon, a dollop of aioli. Does it need to have a little bit of aioli, a little bit of garlic mayo, a little bit of lemon zest or whatever it is?
A little bit of cracked pepper.
A little bit of cracked pepper. Does it need all that stuff on it?
I love my sauces and my burgers.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have you got any suggestions there, Jase?
Well, I'm curious. I'm just going to feed off what other people are suggesting.
Someone here is suggesting it comes out with a side of withered chicken legs. Which is good. Yeah. Keep them coming. 3,
Yeah,
4,
keep
8,
them
3.
coming. Yeah, well, there's this one here, 2 burnt meat patties, a layer of cheese bolos,
Cheese balls and a burger
couple
would
of
be good.
hard-boiled curry egg bulges.
Curried eggs,
We
pug
could
sons.
make them, pug sans ones.
Chili eggs, yeah.
Top with sticky beef sauce. And that'll do. I can't read the rest of that one.
And a connie can come inside the burger.
Actually,
Oh.
a bit of Pugsan sticky beef in there would be pretty good.
Sticky beef burger.
Yeah.
But then Pug Son would have to make all of them because he won't tell anyone the recipe.
Yeah,
That's true.
But I'm okay with that.
Sure.
3483, keep those ideas coming. You can win yourself a $50 Reburger voucher.
Here's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Nirvana there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show, Monday afternoon. The time is 5:26. For those of the listeners out there that don't know this, I'm Keyzie's agent.
Yeah, you're a
James-
hell of an agent too.
Thanks, mate.
Wow, it's fine.
Well, thank you for saying that, Keyzie, because we haven't had a lot of luck, have we?
No, we've had zero luck.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
somebody's.
Yeah.
If Jase is a fine agent, which is what you're saying,
Oh,
Yeah, I
look,
said he was fine. It's not like, he's a fine agent. It's like, no, he's fine.
as previously stated, we're pushing shit uphill here. And
a piece.
we've had an opportunity, and I think it's quite possibly the biggest break for you that could exist.
Okay, what realm is this in?
Feels like Groundhog Day.
Have you heard of a show called 90 Day Fiancé?
No, I've not heard of a show called 90 Day Fiancé.
Basically a reality show where the contestants go over to the United States, they find a partner, and they try and convince them in 90 days, their fiancé, to marry them.
Was that for like a green card or something?
Yeah, exactly for that
Right,
reason,
okay.
for a green
For
card.
citizenship, okay.
And plus, you know, the massive boost to your profile and so
Imagine
forth.
the Instagram following.
Well, exactly. And they're very, very interested in you, Chris. I've sent them a few of your tapes and so forth. And I honestly believe that we've reached that point in your career where it's kind of make or break and you need to make some tough decisions.
But I would argue that being on the Hauraki Big Show, right, would rule me out for reality type TV appearances. Because don't they just want like a Joe Bloggs type character, whereas I'm kind of like a massive name now.
Well, no, that's what I mean, is that they love your kind of Joe Bloggs look and, and your goofy sort of face. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You've
because
got-
it's
you've got
not,
that charm.
and this is in America, isn't it? So it's
That's right.
that you're not a known quantity there. Sure, you're huge in New Zealand. No
no
doubt
one
about
knows
it.
you there, Keyzie. You know what I'm saying?
I'd feel weird being somewhere where no one knows me. You know, I'm so used to being so well known.
Yeah, I know, but you'll be lost in the crowd. It'll be good for you.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
okay.
here's the crux of it. You need to make a big call.
Yeah, right.
It's either your career or your marriage.
Oh.
Oh, so it's So I genuinely...
You would genuinely marry the person.
What did you say to them when they came and asked you about this? Did
I
you
said
say,
he'd
no,
be dead keen.
He's... Well, I feel
I mean,
like...
Mogi and I actually can give you some counsel on this because we've both been there where we had to choose between love and career.
That's
Really?
right. Yep.
What did you choose?
Well, I chose love, obviously, because my marriage is like it's going to last forever, and that's why you might as well just chuck it in.
Yeah, well, when you put it like that...
Exactly my thinking, Keyzie.
Right. It's just-
Win-win, because we know where your marriage is headed.
Rip the plaster off. You got to rip it.
And do it on, an international stage. You would go through the roof.
How many followers do you think I'd get?
Wow. I mean, who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
geez.
Because I've got like 8,000 now. Do you reckon it would be more than that?
I mean, obviously, you'd have a flock of people just abandon ship once the press gets out about you ditching your wife or being a bigamist. People
Look,
frown on that.
Yeah, I can talk to
People
her.
hate that, Keyzie.
I can talk to her, and as you do, I do most nights. And I don't know that she's going to be that upset.
So wait, so you're offering to not only broker a deal with 90 Day Fiancé in the States, but
Yes.
also have a word with break up with her for me.
I'm not going to break up with her for you. I mean, that's something you have to do ultimately.
Oh, it's just such an awkward conversation.
Or you could just leave.
Oh, you wouldn't have a conversation.
Yeah, just leave
it's a
and do
note,
it.
It's a text.
Right, is that
It's
okay
a DM on
nowadays?
Instagram. Oh, totally.
I can
Totally.
film a little video.
Yes.
You got to charge her. You got to charge her for that because you're an influencer.
Yeah, that's true, actually. How much are they paying?
Oh, well, we'll get into the nitty-gritty later on.
Is it
but
good
I mean,
cash, though, Jase?
look, as I say, you get a green card at the end
No,
of
but
it.
I don't care. Like, is it good cash?
And probably a really attractive wife, too.
But is it good cash?
Look, as I say, we haven't crunched the numbers yet.
What are the numbers to crunch,
but
though?
I need you to make a call one way or t'other because I need to get back to them in a couple of days.
Yeah, it's interesting.
If the money's right, I'll do it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Is the money right?
I'm proud of you, Keyzie.
Is the money right?
Well, as I say, we'll crunch the numbers some other time.
There's no money. There's no number, is there? There's no money, is there?
Well, no, it's more to lift your profile.
Okay.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Guns. Roses there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon. Now, there was a bit of rugby action over the weekend. With that in mind, let's have a bit of Mike Lane versus the coin.
ACC head G Lane versus a coin.
Yeah, that's right. We've got the head of the ACC, an expert in all things sports, and we decided to put him up against a coin. The coin has only got a 50-50 chance of getting anything right, and Lane uses his expertise on the Super Rugby season, and we will find out who the winner is in a few short weeks. How you going, you mad dog?
Yeah, good. What a weekend. A couple of upsets, which may have tipped me up, as it may have tipped the coin up, I think.
Yeah.
If we go over the results. Should we go over the results?
Yeah, let's go over the results, Lane.
First up, we've got Chiefs versus Reds. Lane, you used your brain. You took the Chiefs. The coin took the Reds, and the winner was the Chiefs.
Idiot. That coin's an idiot. To go against the Chiefs Munna at home.
And the Chiefs, of course, that brought them to the top spot again, am I right?
Yeah, that was the top of the table.
Yeah.
Unbelievably, the Reds were top of the table. Now normality has returned. Chiefs Munna is back on top.
Yeah, it was a brutal game, fellas. Brutal.
How cool, though, that it goes Chiefs, Crusaders, and then it's Reds, Force, Brumbies, Waratahs, a whole lot of Aussie teams. That's pretty good.
Wow, look, like I was saying the other week, a golf analogy, the back nine's not looking great for the Aussies.
I see.
Yeah,
they got off to a flyer.
Second matchup of the week was Moana versus the Tars. Lane and the coin both took the Tars. The coin was hoping to get Moana because I thought they'd have their tails up, or the coin did, thought they'd have their tails up after beating the Crusaders, but of course, Moana tipped them up. Nobody takes a point on that one. How was that game, Lane?
Holy moly, that second half, that is the second half of Super Rugby. They were behind at half-time, and I thought, you beauty, I've made the right prediction. And then Moana came out and played out of their skins to absolutely own the Waratahs in the end. So this is going to be the breakout season for the Moana. The back-to-back, the first time they've ever done it. Watch out. Playoffs time, you don't want to be playing Moana.
Yeah, they're like the Warriors.
True. Yeah.
You don't want to be facing the
Mercurial.
Wales.
Is that 3 wins for them now?
Nah, yeah, it is for the season. It's 2 in a row, yeah. First time they've done back-to-back.
Yes, beautiful.
Bloody beautiful there. And the Drua versus the Satyrs. Lane, you used your brain and took the Drua. The Coin really wanted the Crusaders for obvious reasons, but the Coin didn't get it. The Coin also got the Drua, so nobody took a point on that one either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Opposite of the Moana game, the Crusaders took it away in the first half, and Fiji didn't recover, unfortunately.
Dominated.
Blues versus Canes. You took the Canes, Lane. The Coin, smart Coin that it is, took the Blues, and the Blues comes out on top, as does the Coin.
Oh, my God, that was a torrid affair to watch.
It was a test match.
Holy moly, that was tough to watch. Only three tries scored. In comparison to the rest of the competition, that's a dull old game. 13 all at half-time. There was one kick in it. Bodie Barrett, coming back up from injury, won it for the Blues, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was going to say his tactical kicking was probably the difference for the Blues, but you're right. It was a dour kind of contest, wasn't it?
So boring.
Yes.
The final game of the round, the Force versus the Landers. Lane and the Coin both took the Force. The Force took it out. That's a point each, meaning it's 2-2 at the end of round 8. Did you watch that game? That's a great game, Force versus Highlanders.
I never watched that one. Never got round to watching that one.
No, neither.
I was too busy watching Liam Lawson get humiliated in Japan.
You never get sick of that, do you? You got how many races a year do you get to watch that happen?
So
another 18.
So G Lane, you got 2 correct. The Coin got 2 correct. How do you feel after that week?
Hey, how does that 2-2? Because I got one up on the Coin on Friday night.
Yeah, and the Coin won Blues Canes. The Coin went for Blues.
Oh, you piece of crap, Coin.
I thought you went for the Blues too, but anyway, I tell you what, Lane, Mogie's
went for the Blues anyway.
Mogie's sorting out a spreadsheet at the moment.
Yeah, we're doing a spreadsheet.
Sure.
So
we're going to have that on Friday.
I'll tell you what I'm doing, man. It was such an absolute mess because there's a week when you're away. There's all sorts. So I'm actually going to go back through the tapes and make sure that we've counted it all up right. Okay, babe?
Yeah, well, this is what I'm relying on. Is just the total lack of professionalism from this team.
Yeah,
is true.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'll be able to argue it in court.
Speaking of lack of professionalism, the ACC will be back this Friday night doing the Hurricanes v the Crusaders. Then on Saturday, Highlanders v Fiji Drua on Hauraki and iHeartRadio.
Good on you, Lane.
Right. Okay,
bye.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Def Leppard there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon.
Bloody interesting fact about Def Leppard, Keyzie.
Oh, yeah?
The drummer from Def Leppard.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
Yeah, go on.
He's got one arm.
Oh, well, I was going to say he's a very good drummer, but... That's shocking.
So you...
That's,
well, I thought...
Why would you point that out?
Throw your mate under the bus on live radio.
No, it's an interesting fact. I thought that's what you were going to say.
I think whether he's got one arm, 2 arms, or 3 arms, Keyzie, who cares, man? Well, it's about the beat.
Have you got a siren for that or something?
Well, I can play the racism alarm if you want.
It's close enough.
Racism alert. Racism alert.
Wait, so your fact about Def Leppard was that the drummer was really good?
It is a fact.
Very much so.
What do we got coming up after 6, Jase?
Hey, look, fellas, something shocking happened this morning. I found jizz in my pantry.
Oh, God.
Also...
Do you mean your cat?
What do you mean?
Your cat named Jizz.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay.
She's a bloody food hummu, man. Also, what else have we got? We carry on our Reburger chat, fellas, because we're getting so many suggestions for the backbone burger with our mates at Reburger. We're going to delve into that again.
That's right. Keep them coming on 3483.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope Monday's going along very nicely indeed. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
That's right, Reburger. You can get it across the country, and we are currently searching for the backbone burger ingredients. This will be hitting stores soon. Text through any ideas on 3483. You can win yourself a $50 Reburger voucher.
How good, man. Now, listen, the podcast outro, the warm-up to the radio show. What's the clip today, Keyzie?
Today's clip is called Specials.
I'm with you in when you go to a restaurant and it's a bit highfalutin and they over-explain all the food. And it's I actually don't need to know, the history of the grain.
Like one of them was that's right, it was like a piece of venison from the hind leg off the North American elk.
Yeah.
And I was like, better not be the front leg.
When they
I'll be able to tell. That's funny chat about my fancy dinner on Friday there, fellas.
Yeah, you went out for a lovely romantic dinner with your wife and then spent the entire outro complaining about it.
Well, I mean, that's not quite what happened, Mogi. She thought it was funny too. On the night, because they came over and they were like explaining this red wine that I was about to order, and I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And they brought it out and I was like, oh, that is not what I was picturing at all.
No, sure. Well, you don't really... You're still learning your wines, aren't you,
100%.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I've only recently come to the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I've got to say, when you had a wine at our curry night the other night, it was such an incongruous sight for me.
It was.
You know what I mean?
And absolutely slamming it like it was a brewski as well.
Like it was a cold beer on a hot day.
You got to sip it. If a word of advice as well, if you find a bottle of wine that you like, peel the label off, Keyzie, and put it in a scrapbook.
That is such good advice. Can I just take a photo of it, put it on my phone?
Nah.
Oh.
Here's Jimmy.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Pearl Jam there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon. Now, fellas, we were talking earlier in the show about daylight savings and how it's thrown us.
Yeah.
And I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning and realised actually in real time it's actually kind of 6 o'clock. So I'm going to just get up anyway.
Oh, yeah.
When you say real time, I mean...
if it was Saturday, it would have been 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I know, but real time is the time that it currently is.
So it's 5 o'clock, but in reality 6.
Yes, well, no, in the real world.
And so I got up, and it's still a bit early for Hoyte J, but I was on coffees today, Mogi.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was a bit grumpy about that. I still hadn't quite woken up. Open up my pantry, and there's Jizz in there.
Right.
You mean your cat? Jizz.
Yeah.
And sorry, when I say that, I mean your cat named Jizz.
Was it on the floor or on the shelf or?
It was on the Milo tin.
Oh,
Jizz.
Really?
Yeah. Just looking at the Milo tin there.
Well, it's quite sweet. It's got a little bit of chocolate in there, not much. It's quite artificial.
I mean, she's been really, really cute, and I've kind of warmed to her a bit, but the last couple of days she's been a pest.
Well,
she's been a food hummer.
But this is the trouble, isn't it? I mean, there's no denying that it's a pet, right? So there's no denying that you know, and we know this, you talk about her off air and all that sort of carry on. You absolutely love Jizz. But sometimes...
Your new cat, we mean.
It can get in the way.
Yeah. Well, I found her in my bathroom the other day because she's been sort of banned from there because we don't do wheeze and poos. And I was like...
Sorry, what?
We don't want to do wheeze and poos in our bathroom.
Oh, sure.
You know.
Where does Jizz go to do that?
There's another bathroom with a little litter box in there.
Oh.
So we wanted to go in there. And I shout out to my daughter, why is Jizz in my bathroom?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, sorry, Dad. It was my fault. I left the door open."
I was going to say, so you keep the door closed to keep the Jizz out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But it's just, I mean, as I say, it was a great sort of start. Just little things getting in my,
But the cat will mature. The cat will get better. You just got to put up with this little baby phase, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Are you actively training Jizz?
Well, I don't think you can train Jizz. I don't think you can train a cat.
No, you can teach a cat stuff. Like, I mean, my cat Smudge from when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
We taught her, like, where she couldn't go wheeze.
What a naff name.
Smudge?
Yeah.
Well, I should have got the Hauraki audience to pick it. Then I would have ended up with Jizz as well, like yours.
Totally.
So you don't think you can train her to not go in the litter box, just to go outside, for example?
Oh, well, eventually she hasn't. We haven't let Jizz outside yet.
Still got another week left?
Yeah, about a week left, Mogi, and then she can go and fill her boots, as it were.
Does she wear
Jizz
boots?
is everywhere inside the house. You know what I mean?
So when you get another week inside, been inside for 2 weeks probably.
Yes.
So it'll be a total of 3 weeks inside, and then you'll be releasing Jizz.
Yes, releasing Jizz into the wild.
That'll be a good feeling, won't it? Because we're being cooped up inside the house, fellas?
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. Radiohead
there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Monday evening. Let's give out a bit of advice. Why don't we, fellas?
Why don't we?
Petty Nips 69.
Get in touch
with the
fellas.
That's right, me, Patty Nips 69 at gmail.com. If you ever need advice on anything, get in touch. 100% anonymous, unless you don't want it to be.
No.
G'day, fellas. This is from Anonymous. I was lucky enough to win Manaya's Birkenstocks last year. Must have been off the ACC. I wore them once while dropping my kid off at school and some punk kid yelled out, "Hey, nice Birkenstocks." I obviously want to destroy this kid, so now I'm looking for advice on how to do so. Cheers.
Can I just ask first and foremost, when he says he won Mania's Birkenstocks, was Mania wearing said Birkenstocks before he won them, or are they?
I don't
how
think
does that
so.
work?
I think you know,
because he's got terrible athletes for
and
a
he's
start.
got really flat feet.
Yeah.
So you'd know if they had worn them. They were just his ones that were allocated to him, brand new.
Right.
How
Okay.
good. What a win. Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because you've been humiliated by a child.
Nice Birkenstocks.
Got him good. The thing about it is the level of chat required by school kids is really low. So really it's just the fact that this kid had the gall to say that to an adult in the first place. I had it when I was about 21 and I was running around to a mate's place and there's a couple of kids on BMXs there and one of the about 9 or 10 years old, these kids, and one of them shouted out, "Run, Forrest, run!" And I immediately felt humiliated because it's not bad enough for me to go and kick his ass. Not that I would to a 10-year-old.
Sure.
But it is a sort of, you've got no comeback.
I just had the most profound vision.
Oh, yeah.
Of little Mogi then.
21-year-old Mogi.
No, Mogi, like a 10-year-old
yeah.
Mogi Junior.
Sure.
Being such a little smart ass and shouting out that type of thing all the time.
Yes.
I mean, I told you that experience I had when I was teaching for a little while, and one of the kids in my Standard 4 class saying to me, "Sir, why do you wear such weird pants?" You know?
That's a good question.
So I caned him 6 times and then sent him to the
principal's office.
Are those the pants you've got on today?
No, they were kind of woolen and weird. They were weird pants.
Yeah, but who did he think he was asking you?
Exactly, in front of the entire class.
Do you come back and say something like, "Nice head," or make out like he's like deformed in some way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think
But
so.
then it can then get back to his parents, and then it's like, who made you cry? Oh, the blah blah's dad.
Yeah.
The one with the Birkenstocks.
It's tricky. It is tricky. So how can this guy approach it?
Balaclava.
I mean, obviously there's this balaclava, sure, but then he's going to mock you for wearing a balaclava. You could grab him by the scruff.
Sure.
And slam him up against a wall.
Yep. I mean, I personally probably wouldn't.
But you go balaclava, you reckon?
Yeah, I go balaclava, then do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do.
I'd get into some emotional manipulation. I'd break down into tears.
I think. Then you've dropped your kid off. Now your kid gets bullied because you're
an emotional wreck.
Yeah. What about a wedgie?
Wedgie.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Chinese
on a coat
burn.
hanger.
Yeah, on a coat hanger.
Yeah.
You can't say. What do you call it?
Remember, Jase got cancelled that time.
The Chinese burn.
Saying
Yeah.
Chinese burn, he had to leave the studio.
Can I ask you guys a personal question on that front? Did you guys used to secretly like getting a wedgie? Fellas? Fellas?
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
The Rolling Stones here on the Hauraki Big Show Monday night. Hey, we were talking earlier in the show. We're trying to get together a backbone burger with our mates at Reburger, aren't we, fellas?
That's right. They're the new sponsors of the show, and they want to make a backbone burger, which will be available at all of their stores across New Zealand. We just have to figure out what's inside it, so keep the suggestions coming on 3483. And you can win yourself a $50 Reburger voucher. Sam here has texted through a Korean chicken burger with deep fried chicken feet hanging out the sides.
I don't think you can have Korean chicken.
Oh, so that's your issue with it?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Korean chicken is like a style of the cooking of the chicken. It's not chickens from Korea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Did you think it was chickens from Korea?
Totes.
Well, it's Korean chicken, right?
Yeah.
If you said New Zealand man, you would think it was a man from New Zealand, so I don't see why Korean chicken's any different, Keyzie.
But then if you're having like a Hawaiian pizza, do you think that comes from Hawaii?
Well,
it does, yeah.
Well, no, it's just got pineapple on it.
Yeah, because they've got a lot of pineapples in Hawaii.
Yeah, I know, but the pizza's not from Hawaii. They don't bring it over from Hawaii and serve it to
but
you.
it originated from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chicken didn't originate, you're saying, from Korea. You're saying it lives in New Zealand.
No, I'm saying, yes, the chicken lives in New Zealand. It's a New Zealander, but the style of cooking this chicken originates from Korea.
Ah.
Yeah. So are we on the same page?
Give or take.
What about this cheese, egg, and bacon is a must on the burger. So someone wants bacon, egg, and cheese on it, probably with patties.
I'm going to say it's going to have more than that in it, not just cheese, egg, and bacon.
That's more of a bricky kind of burger.
I
isn't
think
it?
they want that as well as the patty, or patties, or chicken.
I'd say instantly no egg.
No egg.
That's a deal breaker for me. No egg.
Sure, I like an egg, but whatever Mogi says,
Well,
I'm happy to go
But
with.
cheese I love, and I could live with bacon. I could live with it, but for me, I don't like too much in a burger.
Right,
I'll be honest.
This is
See,
a
this is the
backbone
thing.
burger.
This is the thing
exactly.
we need
A
to talk
backbone
about.
is simple. We need to step back and think about what is a backbone.
And you know, something that gets deep inside my goat is when you get a burger and you can't get your mouth over it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? There's bits
Yes.
falling out everywhere.
Thank you.
Mexican flavored.
Oh, no.
So, like, I guess
What's that supposed to mean?
That'd
It's
be
like
like
salsa-
salsa chips and beans.
Yeah, beans. You're going to put beans in it?
Well,
That's
no,
mad.
maybe some refried beans and, you know, like salsa and sour cream and stuff. I think that's a good idea.
That's what the chicken could have. The chicken could have 3 sauces.
What
around its
chicken are you
neck.
talking about?
The chicken waiter. So every time you
From earlier in the show.
order a re-burger, there's a chicken waiter that brings over your sauces, and so you can dip chips, etc. in there. I guess the problem with that, Jason, we were talking about this in the break, is that what if more than one person orders a re-burger at any one time and they're sitting at different tables?
Absolutely.
We're going to need more chicken waiters.
Would they be a Korean chicken that we'd use for that?
Jace, they're all from
does
New
it-
Zealand.
yeah.
And it shouldn't matter either, man. That's racist.
If they got their visas.
Couple of slices of chode loaf, Jace, which is your bread invention. The chode loaf. Remember that?
That's right.
You
That's
mean,
right.
You mean my mini loaf?
No, it was Hoyte J's chode loaf.
Right.
Which was, you're sick of having to get
I
a
forgot about it.
get a couple of pieces out of a loaf of bread. You want a smaller loaf of bread.
Yeah, a mini loaf.
And it was called a chode loaf.
Yeah. So a couple of pieces of bread in between 2 buns.
No, it has to be chode loaf.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Phew-wee. There you go, you mad bastards. That's the Monday show done and dusted. Mogi, what did you learn today?
I learned that we're making a backbone burger with re-burger.
Yes.
Didn't know about that. So we'll be finding out what's going to go in it over the coming days, and then we'll be bloody eating the bastard.
We'll be eating it. It
Well,
will
that-
be fun.
It
You know
will
what
be.
I was thinking, actually, fellas, where we can make a difference is in the sauces. You know what I mean? We can do your 2 patties, your cheese, and a regular kind of burger, but let's just really push the boat out on the sauces.
Yeah,
I
don't
wouldn't
know
mind it
about that.
spicy.
Well, yeah, I don't mind a bit of spice. What did you learn today, Keyzie?
I learned that you guys, 3483, by the way, if you've got any ideas for what should go on the burger, text it through. I learned that you guys get really thrown off by daylight savings.
Totally.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Just by it going back an hour.
Yeah. Well, back and forth, doesn't it? Seesaws.
No, I know, but it's like 6 months apart, so there's plenty of time to sort of adjust.
It's a big seesaw.
Oh, it's huge.
Nevertheless.
It's a massive seesaw. That's just what I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jace? What did you learn on today's show?
I learned that you don't like fancy pants restaurants, Keyzie, because you're a backbone. You know what I mean? You don't like
Yeah.
You don't like sort of stuff that's too highfalutin.
Yeah, you don't like parting with $1.
Yeah, you don't.
That's not what he's saying.
I was going to say you
That
don't
is
like.
not what he's
you don't
saying.
like the big price tags of such
No,
restaurants.
Jace, I will pay the big price tag. And this was a big price tag, right? It was big. And I want to leave that restaurant going, that was some of the nicest food I've eaten recently. And it just wasn't. Like, it wasn't tasty enough to justify the amount of money.
Yeah, right. Did you say that to your wife all the way home?
Yeah. She said, "Oh, you've ruined my birthday," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, but I'm speaking the truth, though, aren't I?"
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to speak the truth. That's more important than other people's feelings.
Speaking truth to power, that's old Keyzie.
That's right. And
Good
then I
on
was
you,
like,
mate.
next time we're just going to go to Re-Burger and have a backbone burger.
That's great, Keyzie. Hey, now listen. Check out the Instagram account.
What's so funny?
I don't know. Also, check out our podcast outro and the highlights package of the show. Yes, Keyzie.
Don't forget, if you need advice ever, meetpattynips69@gmail.com. Send it on through.
Till tomorrow. See you later.
Bye.